Hello everybody, it's me, TheGeekDaddy. We're back with another video. We have, at time of recording, just come off from streaming Thomas and Friends on Train Sim World 5. As I said in the stream, I was going to do some recording of the various story elements. So that's what we're doing now. Today we are going to do Devious Diesel. If you were on the stream just a little while ago, we did spad whilst driving Diesel, and so we decided that we were going to record it as a video. That way I can edit it if I spad again. So we're going to jump straight in. We're not going to hang around. We're going to record this episode. I will break the story down into their specific videos. So each episode in the Thomas story on Train Sim World 5 will be a separate video. I won't just do a long video with all the story. We'll do separate videos for that to make it easier for you guys to watch. I'd like to say thank you to Train Sim World and Dovetail for joining the stream a short while ago. Jamie from Train Sim World, the community manager at Dovetail, he joined the stream and he was very enthusiastic and grateful for my kind words. Like I say, Thomas and Friends, I know there will be some people who think, why have they done that? It's still worth just doing, it's a bad choice. But actually, having played it, having looked at it, it is fantastic. It's a real feat to get Mattel on site and create the content alongside Mattel. Let's jump straight into it then and play Devious Diesel. And you can see for yourself how good the route is. The story, the theme tune is playing. That's not me adding the music. That is in-game.
The Devious Diesel.
Let's listen to the narration.
Early the next morning, Diesel crept into the station. He looked to see if anyone was around and saw that Thomas was sitting outside the shed dozing. He also noticed that Annie and Clarabelle were sleeping too. And an idea came to him.
What a good idea,
Diesel thought to himself.
If I shunt those trucks in front of them, then Thomas will have to spend even more time getting them back. Thomas won't be a really useful engine if he's late. And on his first day, too.
Chuckled Diesel deviously.
I must be careful not to wake him, though.
Okay, so the narration played out. Diesel is also on the West Somerset Railway alongside Thomas, and he's up to his devious tricks. So what he's going to do is he's going to move some trucks around to make Thomas late. So let's continue on our way down to the signal and grab our trucks. We've got some trucks sat over here. Devious, well, not Devious Diesel, are they? They're Devious trucks, troublesome trucks, and Devious Diesel. Sounding his horn for us there. We'll put his light on as well. There we go. Oh, I pressed the wrong button to... So the controls are really simple. Unlike the other content within Train Sim World, the controls are very simple. It's right and right trigger and left trigger control your speed accordingly. So right trigger is to go forwards, left trigger to go backwards, and obviously depending on which direction you're already going, pressing the opposite trigger will slow you down or speed you up, sort of thing. So like I say, going forwards, the left trigger slows you down. Going backwards, the right trigger slows you down. It's an opposite sort of thing. Yeah, I know what I mean. So we're going to stop at this signal and allow the points to change to allow us to couple up to the troublesome trucks. Just waiting for the signal to change, waiting for the barrier to go down as well. This is where I had the issue before. I spad at this signal because I did not wait for the barrier to go down and just went flying straight across the level crossing. Of course, Diesel being very devious and ignoring signals on that occasion. We can now proceed, I believe. Yeah. Diesel, of course, based on a Gronk, with various modifications made to him, but he is based on a Gronk, a Class 08 or a Class 09, probably more likely a Class 08. We'll run up the line, we'll grab the trucks from the siding, or without waking Thomas up. Slow Diesel down. We don't want to smack into the trucks too hard, because I'm sure they'll grumble. We'll give them a little nudge. There we go. Oh, they're like, hey up lad. I don't know, are they from Yorkshire? The troublesome trucks? I don't know. They're like, hey Diesel, you bumped us too hard. And there we are. Right. And then we hit reverse, which is left trigger, of course. And now we can go forward, backwards, back to the signal. And do some shunting work, essentially. I don't know, are we going to put these trucks in front of Annie and Clarabelle? Are we going to move Annie and Clarabelle themselves? I don't know. On Diesel, let's go a bit quicker. As I was saying in my stream, Diesel is a character that I did like. I mean, he was horrid. He was he's pretty much a baddie within the Thomas universe, wasn't he? Alongside other Diesels. But I don't think he meant any harm, really. He just liked to have mischief. But being that he's based on a Gronk is the reason that I like him so much. And then, you know, of course, loved Thomas, Percy as well. Percy was one of my favourites. Duck and James. Gordon was always good fun. Gordon is a name that I'm very familiar with. My grandfather's called Gordon, and my grandfather was the one that got me into trains. His own passion for trains inspired my passion. And there was always lots of comparisons made between Gordon the steam engine and Gordon my granddad. So yeah, bless him. Right. So we need to stop at the stop marker. That would help Diesel. Thank you. He's being devious and not stopping where I want him to. And this was the point at which I spad on the live stream. So we'll stop here. We'll allow the barriers to come down and the signal to change. We won't spad this time. So it's gone yellow. We can now proceed. I think the barriers are down at the level crossing. So we should be okay now. little Fiat Punto over there. Just noticed the car, the models, the cars are definitely a Fiat Punto. Or is it a Panda? I don't know. I think it might be a Panda. Yeah, it's Panda. I don't know where I got Punto from. I think my brother used to drive a Punto. But that was definitely a Fiat Panda. Anyway, getting distracted by the scenery. We should be enjoying Thomas. There we are. And Diesel. Thomas is still asleep down there. You can just see him. I'll try and zoom in. Not letting me do so. Oh, we had already been zoomed in. Thomas is there, Annie and Clarabelle next to him. So I don't know why we're putting the trucks here. Is there a reason why we're putting the trucks up against the platform here? Odd. Right, let's come to a stop. Uncouple the troublesome trucks. So we find the point at which we can uncouple, like that. And then what do? We run Diesel back up to the signal. The smoke effects are great. Whenever Diesel stops or starts, he chuffs out a lot of smoke, which is a fantastic little effect. Really gives him a lot of character. Go on, Diesel. Up you go. Up the line. I think it might have been here that I spad last time. Of course, Butlin's over there, behind the trees. You've done it again, Diesel. You've ignored the stop marker. Come on, go forwards. No, forwards, buddy. There we go. Come on. Behave. The the suspension really does give the impression of them having a lot of character. I love that. It's exaggerated suspension on these, but really does add to that sort of animated feel that you get with the Thomas and Friends crowd. We've got to wait for the signal to go again. Just waiting. See the signals indicate, however, it is. Is that red or yellow? That's red. That's definitely red. Or are we able to go forwards? The barriers are down, so we should be okay. We're getting Annie and Clarabelle now. So we're off to get Annie and Clarabelle. What are we going to do with them? What are you up to, Diesel? That's what we don't know. Can't wake Thomas up. Creep up and not be too noisy. I don't know, do we fail if we wake Thomas up? Is Thomas gonna wake up? That's what we don't know. We'll creep forward a little bit. We'll gently, slowly does it, Diesel. Go on. Go on. go. Automatic coupling. Annie and Clara haven't quite woken up yet. They're still asleep. So now we run back to the signal. Off we go. They haven't woken up, so we're all right. Surely they must wake up and realise what Diesel's up to. If they wake up, then poor old Annie, she's going to be staring into Diesel's face. That'll be a... Look how close they are. That's going to be quite an awakening, isn't it? Not... Is that a face you want to see first thing in the morning when you wake up? I don't know. It's a frightening prospect, isn't it? Go on, Diesel. You can go a bit more. Oh, I pressed the wrong button to slow down. Come on, Diesel. Now, even sounding my horn didn't wake Annie and Clarabelle up. I think we're alright. They must be in a really deep sleep. There we go. Good boy, Diesel. You stopped in the right place. So we've just got to wait for the signal to change again. And barriers to come down once more. I really don't want to spad. That signal, yeah. There we go. I keep expecting that signal to go yellow, but obviously it's not going to do that. Oh, I see what he's done. So he's swapping Annie and Clarabelle out. He's hiding them in the siding. And he put the trucks in the way, so when Thomas wakes up, Annie and Clarabelle aren't where he left them, and all he can see is troublesome trucks in the way. Very clever, Diesel. Very devious. Go on then. He would have been better putting some taller trucks in the way, wouldn't he? There we are. Uncouple. Okay, there we are. And then we're going back to the signal. A lot of back and forth in this scenario. I'm going to give it some speed. Diesel needs to get out of there quick. Go on, Diesel. Up you go. Don't derail or anything, will you? now we are moving. Oh, I need to, yeah, just realised I've got the live icon on. I'll just get rid of that. No, we'll leave it on. Let's get rid of that. There we are. Right. Sorry, I just realised I had that on. It was left over from streaming. Forward we go. The barriers are down, are they? Yes, they are. And now we're coupling up to the troublesome trucks again. I think what we're doing is we're moving the troublesome trucks next to Thomas. Go and pick them up and find out what the plan is. Thomas is still sleeping. Grab those trucks and off we go. The automatic coupling is pretty neat. I do like that. Oh! Oh no. We passed the signal at danger. Oh no. Alright, we will replay this scenario and I'll bring you guys back in when we reach the same point that we're at. So, I'll see you in a moment. And through the wonderful power of editing, we are back. We're back where we, just before we spad last time. Which has taken me a little while to get back here, but we're now at the point at which we spad. So, welcome back. For you it was just seconds, for me it was a few moments or so. We now need to take these troublesome trucks up the line. Right, so the signal has now changed, so we won't spad this time. Put the light on, Diesel. There we are. So back up to the signals. A lot of moving back and forth, a lot of shunting, which of course Diesel would be familiar with anyway, as he is a shunter. So we run up the line to the signal. I don't know what we're going to do after that. I assume that we're going to put these trucks right next to Thomas. And he's going to get a bit of a rude awakening when find Annie and Clarabelle are gone. So we run up to the signal now. Over this level crossing that we have passed many, many times. Wait for the signal to change and the barriers to come down at the level crossing, so we don't spad. So one side coming down now. Should be. There we go. We can now proceed. See what Diesel has planned. looks like we're putting these wagons, these troublesome trucks, in front of Annie and Clarabelle in that siding. So does that mean in the next episode that Thomas is going to have to do shunting work in order to free Annie and Clarabelle? I don't know. That is another episode and another video, I think.
Let's see what Sir Topham Hatt thinks of Thomas now.
Mm.
And he whispered to Annie and Clarabelle. Sleep tight, ladies. And as quietly as he could, Diesel scuttled away.
And he did. And there we are. There we are indeed. Another achievement. We've completed Devious Diesel. And we'll see what happens in the next episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. I shall see you on the next episode. Take care for now. Bye bye.